Hi, welcome back to Yoga TX. I'm Nicolle. Thank you for joining me. Today we have another episode from our series Flowing with the Star Signs. Happy birthday to all my Cancer babies out there. As always, you don't have to be Cancer to do this flow. It doesn't have to be Cancer season to do this flow either. What we do in our series Flowing with the Star Signs is we look at the star signs as archetypes and we take inspiration from them for our practice. Cancer is symbolized by the crab, and the element of Cancer is water, and the ruling planet is the moon. Personally, I love the combination of water and moon. And our Cancer babies, they really enjoy the simple pleasures in life. They are deeply connected to their families, to their friends, anything related to their home environment. They're very loyal and they can really feel when people around them are hurting, and that brings out their nurturing and caring side. They are also very much guided by their emotions and their intuition, and they are said to carry their hearts on their sleeves. And every now and then our Cancer babies like to retreat back into their shell, gather their strength and their energies. So for today's practice, I really like the combination of water and the moon. Water is this beautiful liquid element. It's always changing, moving, the great shapeshifter. And both water and the moon are related to our emotions. And both are very nurturing. The water, we drink water every day. We should. And it's nurturing our body, and the moon is connected to feminine energy. It's again very compassionate, very nurturing, very caring energy. So today we will nurture our bodies, we will connect with our emotions. There's going to be some juicy hip openers because we tend to store a lot of emotions in our hips, like in that area. So today we will release and let go of anything that doesn't serve us anymore. So we'll go deep into our hips. There's some deep stretches throughout the practice. And at the same time, we will try and keep it fluid and liquid to honor the water element. When you're ready, grab your water, come to your mat and join me in an easy cross-leg position. We start at the end of our mat. Find your easy cross-leg position. Root the sits bones into the floor. Bring your hands onto the knees, palms facing down, and drop the elbows gently down towards your thighs. Move your heart and your skull over your pelvis, so you create this nice long line in your spine. Close your eyes and connect with your breath. With your inhale, expand the crown of your head towards the sky, and with your exhale, soften and relax the shoulders. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, soften and relax the shoulders. Take a few more cycles of breath, arriving in your body, arriving on your mat. Become present for yourself and your practice. Feel free to set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's about connecting with your emotions, allowing your emotions to speak to you. Let's all take a deep inhale through the nose and a washing breath out through your mouth. Seal your lips and keep inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Gently open up your eyes. We start with seated cats and cows. With your inhale, move your chest through your shoulders. Open your chest, hinge forward with the torso gently and lift the gaze up towards the sky. With your exhale, round through the spine and drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, move your chest forward, lift up your gaze. Exhale, round through the spine and drop your chin to the chest. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, round. With your next inhale, bring the hands either side of your hips. Push the floor away with your hands. Lift the hips up, move them forward. Open your chest. Exhale, lower the hips down to the floor. Gently hinge forward with the torso. We deepen this movement. Inhale, push the floor away, open your chest. Exhale, release the hips to the floor. One more time. Inhale, push the floor away, lift the hips, open your chest. Exhale, lower the hips down. Hinge forward with the torso. This time, bring the hands in front of you. Reach them forward to the top of the mat. Release the torso to the floor. Make sure that your sits bones keep connected to the floor. With each exhale, try and find a little bit more depth, releasing the torso closer to the floor. Slowly lift up the torso. Come up into tabletop. Open up your knees, bring the big toes together. Sit back onto your heels and lower the torso down to the floor in between the knees. The arms are reaching forward to the top of the mat. Keep your hands in alignment with your shoulders and try to connect the forehead to the floor, wide like a child's pose. With your inhale, breathe into the back of your body. With your exhale, release the torso closer to the floor. Feel free to bring some movement into your hips by gently moving them right to left. Or remain still. Find stillness in your hips. With your next inhale, rise up onto your fingertips. With your exhale, release the torso closer to the floor and feel that nice deepening stretch in your shoulders. 2 more cycles of breath. With your next exhale, bring the palms back to the mat. Rise up with the torso. Bring the hands closer to yourself. Claw your pulse. Tuck the toes. Push through the hands. Lengthen the legs. Move your hips up. Release into downward facing dog. Pedal it out with your feet. Bend into your knees and release the opposite heel to the floor. Find stillness in your downward facing dog. Gently bend the knees, tailbone points up towards the sky. Push through the hands, feel that lengthening in your spine. With each exhale, release the heels and the sternum closer to the mat. With your next inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. With your exhale, lower the heels and the hips over to the left. Bend into the knees. Knees point to the right corner of the mat. Inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. With your exhale, lower the heels and the hips over to the right. Bend into the knees. Knees point to the left corner of the mat. Inhale, rise back up onto your tiptoes. With your exhale, release the heels and the sternum closer to the mat. Step the right foot behind your left. Releasing the left heel closer to the mat, feeling that nice lengthening in your left calf muscle. Step the right foot back in your down dog, switch sides. This time, step the left foot behind the right. Release the right heel closer to the mat. Feel that nice lengthening in your right calf muscle. Make sure you don't have any weight on your wrists. Be strong in your hands and your arms. Step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. 2 more cycles of breath. Keep your ears in alignment with your upper arms. Make sure you don't have any weight on your wrists. With your next inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. And with your exhale, release the heels and the sternum to the mat. Finding even more depth in your downward facing dog. With your next inhale, lift up your right leg gently and step it forward towards the outside of your right hand. Come into lizard lunge. Keep your hands underneath the shoulders, your right shoulder in alignment with your right knee. Start to lower the left knee down to the floor. Bring the right hand onto your right thigh and allow the right knee to gently drop over to the right. And you will notice your right foot peeling off the floor, rolling to the outer edge of your right foot. Be gentle with your hips and find a little bit of a twist in your upper body. 2 more cycles of breath. Slowly going deeper into our hips here. Come back to your lizard lunge. Bring the right foot onto the floor. Right hand follows. Push the floor away with your hands. Lift up the left leg and step the right foot back. Release into downward facing dog. With your next inhale, gently lift up the left leg. With your exhale, step it forward to the outer edge of your left foot. Lizard lunge on your left. Left shoulder is in alignment with your left knee. Find length through the spine by extending the crown of your head to the top of the mat. Start to lower the right knee down to the floor. Bring the left hand to your left thigh. And allow the left knee to drop over to the left, rolling on the outer edge of your left foot. One more cycle of breath. Bring the left hand back onto the floor. Find your lizard lunge. Lift up your right knee. Step the left leg back. Release into downward facing dog. Gently bend the knees, tailbone points up towards the sky. Push through the hands, feel that nice lengthening in your spine. With your next inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. With your exhale, bend into the knees and jump forward, a little bit of a frog jump. Lower the hips down to the floor, rise up with the torso. Bring your hands together in front of the heart. Use your elbows to pull the knees out and pull the knees in at the same time. So you're creating tension in that pose, and that tension allows your spine to grow tall. Malasana. Feel free to move your hips, move the body weight right to left, or remain still. I like to bring a bit of movement, especially when it comes to hip openers. My hips are quite tight, so the movement helps me to go deeper. One more cycle of breath. With your exhale, release the hands down to the floor. Push the floor away with the hands. Lengthen the legs. Heel toe the feet together into standing forward fold. Bend into the knees, press the feet into the floor, rise up with the torso, each vertebra at a time. Sweep the arms up over your head, high mountain pose. Exhale, release and bring the hands down to your heart. Take a step forward, closer to the top of the mat. With your next inhale, sweep the arms up, high mountain pose. With your exhale, release into standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, standing forward fold. Step both feet back, come into high plank pose. Tag the tailbone, draw the lower belly towards the spine. Push the floor away with your hands. Take one more inhale. With your exhale, lower knees, chest, chin down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Bring the hands outside of your mat, about shoulder height. Press the fingertips into the floor. The elbows point up towards the sky. Tops of your feet press into the floor. With your next inhale, push the floor away, rise up with the torso, wide cobra pose. Exhale, release the torso back to the floor. Inhale, push the floor away, rise up one more time. With your exhale, this time, gaze over your right shoulder, lower the left shoulder down to the floor. Inhale, push the floor away, rise up into wide cobra. With your exhale, gaze over your left shoulder, lower the right shoulder down to the floor. Inhale, push the floor away, rise up into wide cobra. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, press the pubic bone into the floor to protect your lower back. With your exhale, release the torso down to the floor. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, hug the elbows towards the torso. Push the floor away, come into tabletop. Sit back into child's pose, claw your paws, tag the toes. Push through the hands, lengthen the legs, move your hips up. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out with your feet. Feel free to bring some movement into your hips. Find stillness in your down dog. Gently bend the knees, tailbone points up towards the sky. Keep your ears in alignment with your upper arms, and your upper arms rotate outward. With your next inhale, lift up your right leg. With your exhale, bend into your right knee. Start to draw circles with your right knee. Make these circles as big and as wide as possible. One more circle. Inhale, extend the right leg out long, three-legged dog. With your exhale, bring the right knee into the chest. Push the floor away with your hands. Lower the outside of your right knee down to the floor. We set up for pigeon pose. Take your time here. So your lower leg is either in a 45-degree angle or a 90-degree angle. Keep your hips squared. Untuck the left toes. 3 options for you today. You might want to stay here if you feel you have more depth. Feel free to come down onto your lower arms. If you think you have even more depth, extend the arms out long in front of you and fold forward with your torso towards the floor. Pigeon pose. Connect with your breath. Bring awareness into your pigeon pose. Find the tension. Find where you're holding tension. With your inhale, breathe into the tension. And with your exhale, try and release this tension and let go. We take 3 more cycles of breath. Imagine water, the fluidity, liquidity. Water always changes. It moves all the time. Release and let go with each exhale. If your arms are extended all the way to the front, come back onto your lower arms. Slowly make your way up, lift the torso. Sweep the left leg in front of you, flex your left foot, bring the right sole to the inside of your left thigh. Root the sits bones into the floor. With your inhale, sweep the arms up, and with your exhale, hinge forward with the torso, come into a forward fold. Close your eyes. Connect with your breath. With your inhale, find length in your spine. With your exhale, release the torso closer to the floor. 3 more cycles of breath. With each exhale, release and let go just a little bit more. Be aware of your progress, noticing that with each exhale, you actually do come a little bit closer and you let go. Last cycle of breath. With your next inhale, rise up with the torso. Step the right foot over your left leg. Bring the right hand behind your back. Take an inhale, extend the left arm out long over your head. With your exhale, bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gaze over your right shoulder and find your twist. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, see if you can twist a little bit more to the right. Twist from the belly button upwards. One more cycle of breath. With your exhale, release and come out of your twist. Bring the right foot, back to the inside of your left thigh. Sweep the left leg back. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders, claw your paws, tuck the left toes, step the right leg back, release into downward facing dog. 2 cycles of breath. Push through the hands, feel that nice lengthening in your spine. With your next inhale, lift up your left leg. With your exhale, bend into your left knee. Start to draw circles with your left knee. Make these circles as big and as wide as you can. With your inhale, extend the left leg out long, 3-legged dog. Keep your hips squared, keep your shoulders squared. With your exhale, bring the left knee into the chest and lower the outside of your left knee down to the floor. Take your time setting up for pigeon pose. Untuck your right toes, keep your hips squared. Keep in mind the 3 options. You can stay here, fold forward, come onto your lower arms, or even extend the arms out long in front of you. Find what feels right for you today. Let go of any expectations of what this pose should look like. Simply find what is right for you and what feels good in your body right now. Close your eyes. Connect with your breath. Bring awareness into your pigeon pose. Find the tension. With your inhale, breathe into the tension. And with your exhale, try to release and let go. Keep in mind that no side is like the other, so maybe one side requires a little bit more compassion, a little bit more nurturing, more understanding. Take one more cycle of breath. If your arms are extended all the way in front of you, make your way back onto your lower arms. Rise up with the torso. Sweep the right foot, right leg in front of you. Flex your right foot. Bring the left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Root the sits bones into the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up over your head. With your exhale, hinge forward. with the torso towards your right leg. Close your eyes. Connect with your breath. With your inhale, find length in your spine. With your exhale, release the torso closer to the floor. Take your time. Find a little bit more depth with each exhale at your own time, in your own pace. Last cycle of breath. Inhale, rise up with the torso. Step the left foot, yes, left, over your right leg. Bring the left hand behind your back. Take an inhale, sweep the right arm up over your head. With your exhale, bring the right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, find a little bit more depth in your twist. Two more cycles of breath. With your next exhale, release and come out of your twist. Bring the left foot back to the inside of your right thigh. Sweep the right leg back behind you. Bring your hands onto the floor. Tuck your right toes. Lift up your right knee. Push the floor away with your hands. Step the left leg back. Release into downward facing dog. Pedal it out with your feet. Walk out your dog. Feel free to bring some movement into your hips. Find stillness in your down dog. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. With your next inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes, and with your roll forward from the bottom of your spine, high plank pose. And with the exhale, bend into the knees, move the hips up, release into downward facing dog. Two more rounds. Inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes, round forward, high plank pose. Exhale, bend into the knees, move the hips up, release into downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, rise, forward. Exhale, release back into downward facing dog. Two more cycles of breath. With each exhale, releasing the heels and the sternum closer to the mat. With your next inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. With your exhale, lower the knees down. Sweep the lower legs over to the right. Bring the legs in front of you, scoop forward. Bring the soles of your feet together and allow the knees to gently drop down to either side. Slowly lower the torso down to the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana. Keep the bottoms of your feet connected. Bring the heels closer to the sits bones. Allow the knees to gently drop down to the floor. Bring your arms parallel either side of your body with the palms facing towards the sky. Keep your head in alignment with your spine. Close your eyes and connect with your breath. With each exhale, set an intention and release and let go of any tension you might still be holding in your body. Relax your face muscles and clench your jaw. Relax your shoulders and allow them to become super heavy and melt into the floor. The more you relax your shoulders, the more you will feel your heart opening up towards the sky. Release and let go with each exhale. Allowing your energy to flow in your body. Allowing anything that doesn't serve you anymore to leave your body. Anything that is holding you back, release and let go. Bring your hands to the outside of your thighs and give it a gentle push with your hands against your thighs, bringing the knees together, connecting the soles of your feet back to the floor. Gently drop the knees over to the right and to the left. Nice counter movement for our hips. One more round over to the right and over to the left. Hack your knees into the chest. Give it a gentle rock, right to left. Start rocking forwards and backwards 2 to 3 times. Come back to our easy crossed leg position. Keep your eyes closed and your gaze low. Root the sits bones into the floor. Bring your hands onto the knees, palms facing down. Just allow your body a moment to recenter, refocus. Bring your hands together in front of the heart into the Anjali Mudra. Most of the time we tend to push our emotions away. The happy emotions we always embrace, but emotions like sadness, anger, fear, we tend to push them away because they are not accepted by society. Maybe they're not liked or appreciated by the people around us. But only if you know all of your emotions, you know who you truly are, and only then can you build a life that feels in alignment with you. So maybe moving forward, inspiration from our Cancer babies. Connect with your emotions a little bit more often. Allow your emotions to speak to you and see what they hold for you. Drop your chin to your chest, bow to your heart and to your practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. This was Yoga TX. My name is Nicolle. If you would like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Let Your Shadow Shine. Feel free to leave me a comment below. And yes, I hope you enjoyed our Cancer flow. Hopefully I will see you back next week on the mat. Take care. Bye bye. Have a beautiful day.